Hey, truth seekers, welcome back. Zach here. More sad news to report. Yesterday, June 7th, 2016, Sean Rooks, former NBA basketball player, now an assistant coach with the Philadelphia 76ers, dropped dead just after having dinner, according to reports. Earlier in the day, he had interviewed with the New York Knicks, or the New York Knickerbockers. His death is the latest in a string of deaths connected to basketball in the city of Philadelphia. In the past year, I have documented several suspicious deaths connecting to basketball in Philadelphia ever since the NBA Finals concluded in the wake of the Pope visiting. Remember, the Pope visited the United States. He went to Washington, D.C., New York, then Philadelphia. He left Philadelphia September 27th to go back. That's the Jesuit order's birthday, the Catholic secret society, if you will. He's the first Jesuit pope. Many of the basketball players in the NBA went to Jesuit high schools, probably at least half of them. Anyhow, we're going to talk about the significance of Sean Rooks' death yesterday. We're also going to talk about another reported death in the media, an executive with the Cleveland Browns. Right now, the NBA Finals are Warriors and Cavs. The Warriors originally from Philadelphia. Cleveland Cavs, same city as Browns. Before we get to these deaths, though, I want to take you back to the first death that occurred in relation to basketball in Philadelphia shortly after the conclusion of the NBA Finals last year. That happened June 23rd, 2015. Harvey Pollack died at age 93. And before you go, well, he was 93, he was an old man, he was bound to die, let me show you that this death was no accident on the date he passed. This was a ritual sacrifice of an old man for a specific reason. He is the only, or at the time, he was the only employee of the NBA that had been with the league since 1947, the first season where the Philadelphia Warriors defeated the Chicago Stags. That was the first championship. Think about the Warriors eclipsing the Bulls record this year, another Chicago team. Sports are scripted to the point. They're predetermined before the seasons even begin. All the fans ever see are scripted acts that they think are legitimate games. You know, case in point, this year the Philadelphia 76ers finished their season against the Chicago Bulls with a record of 10-72, the exact opposite of what the Bulls' old record was. Michael Jordan played his last game against Philadelphia. Whole lot more to it than that. But anyway, notice this man, Harvey Pollack, was born March 9th, 1922, and died at 93. 93, a number that has to do with sacrifice. The word crucifix equals 93. The date March 9th can be written 9/3. The day he died was exactly 106 days after he turned 93. 106 is the number of prophecy. Just before the NBA Finals, there was a 106-mile-per-hour train wreck on May 12th, 2015, a hoax, a staged news story for political shenanigans such as passing Amtrak bills, and also a riddle for sports games to come. Before the college championship began this year, there was a train wreck in Kansas. Kansas was the favorite to win the tournament. I talked about that train wreck, how it was connected to the May 12th Philadelphia train wreck a year earlier. Lo and behold, the day before the college championship game, another Philadelphia train wreck, also traveling 106 miles per hour. And who wins? Villanova, the team just outside of Philadelphia. Philadelphia is named from Revelation in the Bible. Revelation is the book of prophecy. 106 is the number of prophecy. When this man died, they put out this image of him, this many days old, but who's counting? And who's counting are the fake Jews, the Zionist Jews, the people that we call Jewish. When Israel was established, the fake Jew Zionist state, it was established on a date with 106 numerology, not by coincidence. These are the people running the show. These are the people rigging sports games. These are the people murdering by the numbers. So Harvey Pollack at age 93 was the first ritual sacrifice. Nobody blinked an eye at that because of his age. Notice he was born in 22. The word basketball, the small way, is 22. Again, the original employee of the NBA, still with the league until after last year's NBA Finals. So anyway, since that, we've seen the death of Daryl Dawkins by the numbers, Moses Malone by the numbers, Dolph Shays, the brother of Dion Waiters died in Philadelphia, and there's several others I'm not remembering right now, but they're all covered on this channel. So many deaths connecting to basketball in Philadelphia in the past year. We'll talk about the significance of him dying at age 46. He died on what would have been Prince's 58th birthday. Prince's birthday was yesterday. Prince died 47 days before his birthday. The word pop equals 47, pop star. The Zionist State of Israel, established in the year 47, first NBA championship in 47, won by the Philadelphia Warriors. Anyhow, Knickerbockers, the full name of the Knicks has this gematria of 144. And this is a super important number in basketball this year. The college championship was on April 4th. If you write out April 4th, it sums to 144. The star point guard for the team was in his 144th game, an NCAA record for the championship. If you write out 44, it sums to 144. The NBA Finals started on a date with 44 numerology. The Warriors in their 44th year of being in Golden State. Would have been Prince's birthday. Prince died on the 44th parallel north. Prince Nelson, his birth name, gematria of 144. When you write out 44, sums to 144. Yesterday, June 7th, the date of the passing, a date with 44 gematria. If you write out the word kill, it sums to 44. 44 and 144, always found around murder, assassination, death. With regards to him being a member of the Philadelphia 76ers and passing on June 7th, think about how the date can be written day before month, 7/6. The Philadelphia 76ers are also originally from Syracuse. They were called the Syracuse Nationals. Think about how the Syracuse basketball team made it to the Final Four for men's and women's. Everything is structured around Philadelphia this year for basketball, and it's probably true in past years as well. I mean, they are the team that won the original championship. They're the city of prophecy, the original capital of the nation. Anyhow, Syracuse, like New York, they both have English gematria of 666. Again, the Syracuse Nationals became the Philadelphia 76ers. The Philadelphia lost their team, the Warriors, to San Francisco. Then the Syracuse team came over. Warriors went from Philly to San Francisco to Golden State. The first ever time the San Francisco Warriors played in an NBA championship, do you know who they played? They played the Philadelphia 76ers. So scripted, so transparent, so in your face. These Zionist Jews, they know what they've done to the masses. They've dumbed them down with chemicals. They've dumbed them down with programming. They put obvious things in front of their face all the time and expect them not to see the truth. All part of the grand mocking that you don't want to be a part of, that I'm trying to help people escape from. Philadelphia 76ers. I'm from Portland. The only time Portland won a championship was in the 76-77 season over the 76ers. Such a joke. Remember, Villanova won this year the championship with 77 points, 77-74. Jesus equals 74. Christ equals 77. Villanova, a Catholic school. If you haven't seen my work on Villanova's championship by the numbers, check it out. With regards to all this 666, he dies in the time of the NBA Finals. NBA Finals in English gematria is 666, like New York, like Syracuse. With regards to him dying at age 46, in the King James Version of the Bible, King James, LeBron James, in the King James Version of the Bible, Psalm 46, it leaves 666 chapters remaining. And there's also something else interesting about Psalm 46 in the King James Version of the Bible. The 46th word of Psalm 46 is shake, and counting from the back, the 46th word counting from the end of Psalm 46 is spear. Shake, spear. They say Francis Bacon wrote the King James Version of the Bible or edited it. They say Francis Bacon is really who Shakespeare is. Very possible. Just some knowledge. So anyhow, dying at age 46 on June 7th, You know, you have to remember that in February, I said Prince better watch his ass. He might be the next one to die. I made that video on the 46th day of the year in the wake of Vanity's death. Vanity died on the 46th day of the year. The word vanity equals 46. So does the word sacrifice. Prince ended up dying 67 days after Vanity, the number I talked about in the video in February, because blood sacrifice equals 67. Here we have a man dying at age 46 on June 7th, which can be written 6/7, a lot like blood sacrifice. Played for a lot of teams, Sean Rooks, one of them the Clippers. The Clippers joined the league as the Buffalo Braves in 1970, along with the Portland Trail Blazers and the Cleveland Cavaliers. We just saw the Cavs lose 77 to 110 on the date in history that the Blazers defeated the 76ers in the 77 NBA Finals. The Blazers started out 0-2 and came back to win 4-2. Remember that should the Cavs go on a 4-game winning streak. I'm not certain that's going to happen, but it's a possibility. Notice Sean Rooks was born September 9th, 1969 in New York City, died June 7th. Originally drafted by the Dallas Mavericks. Dallas has been a fateful city. We just saw the basketball player get killed there by the numbers. Talib for the Denver Broncos supposedly just got shot there the day before his team went to visit the White House. Remember, Talib had a really bad game in the Super Bowl even though they won. Talked about that in my Super Bowl videos, how he kept getting called for all these penalties. The camera was on him, shaming him. There's a reason all this stuff happens. So, Sean Rooks, the day he was born, date with 106 numerology, the number of prophecy. And this is no coincidence. This is why this man is dead. This is why he was chosen. He had the wrong numbers in this case. Show you what else is up with this date here. Well, first of all, the date he passed on, June 7th, 2016, yesterday, a date with 49 numerology. Revelation equals 49. Again, Revelation, the book of prophecy. The city of Philadelphia, named from Revelation. The Warriors from Philadelphia. Warriors also equals 49. It was a date with 22 numerology as well. 22 chapters in Revelation. Basketball equals 22. Also a date with 29 numerology, connecting to Ohio. You know, these numbers have connections to the teams going on right now in the NBA championship. From Sean Rooks' death to what would have been his 47th birthday is 94 days. I find that interesting. It's the reflection of 49. September 9th, the date of his birth, in Gematria sums to 69 and 168. Just like Cleveland Cavaliers, identical. Also, just like New York City. New York City with the K exception adds 9 more. New York City can also equal 69. He's born in New York City on September 9th, supposedly. If you write out the word 13, it has Gematria of 99 and 45. Sean Rooks wore the number 45 in his career. He was born on 9/9. Earlier this year in the rigged UFC match, we saw Conor McGregor knock out Jose Aldo in 13 seconds. Jose Aldo is born on September 9th, 9/9. The name Jose in Gematria equals 13. He was the fighter scripted to lose in 13 seconds to Conor McGregor. And don't be one of the people who ask me how they can script a fight to 13 seconds. Just use your head for 5 seconds and think about it. If a fight's scripted, you know, timers, practice, refs calling the match where it's supposed to be called at, not a very hard thing to do. Some of you guys act like it's rocket science. And admittedly, truth seeker, I know I'm an asshole. I've been an asshole since I was a kid. I'm someone who's always thought everyone around me is retarded. You know? And I hate to say that, but it's the truth. I don't have much hope for humanity. I do this work with the hope, though, that I can elevate the consciousness, the intelligence of the people. Because I know where I live. I live in fucking retard central. People who can't see how rigged these sports games are that are a complete joke. You know, pros making millions of dollars and making mistakes at the end of the game after game, that blow the game. Mistakes that you shouldn't see past the YMCA Pee Wee level. Yet fans sit and tune in every week, pulling their hair out over these horrible finishes. Cavaliers in Jewish gematria also equals 909. With regards to the number 99, it should be pointed out that the Bavarian Illuminati, the real recognized Illuminati in history, was established on a date with 99 numerology, supposedly with 13 families, 13 and 99, this connection. We were talking about King James. He's in his 13th season this year. The word king has gematria 41. 41's the 13th prime. We've been talking about the Joe Jellybean Bryant prophecy, drafted into the league 41 years ago, 14th overall pick by Golden State. 41 years later, his son Kobe retires. At the same time, the Golden State Warriors break Michael Jordan's record. Go back and watch my videos on the April 13th close to the season, the Warriors record and Kobe's 60-point game. That was a tribute to the death of Moses Malone, who died at age 60, the Philadelphia basketball player drafted by Utah once upon a time, who died by the numbers just before the season began. So again, 41, the 13th prime. Joe Jellybean Bryant, the 14th overall pick 41 years ago. I'm bringing this up because Allen Iverson, another Philadelphia star, turned 41 years old yesterday. Look at how many seasons he played. 14. Age 41 on the death of this coach for the Philadelphia 76ers. And no, I'm not trying to say Allen Iverson murdered anybody. I'm just trying to say that this is how the powers that be have it all scripted, all worked out, all planned. Allen Iverson went to Georgetown, the first Catholic school in the United States. A school established by the numbers. His birth name, Allen Ezel Iverson, gematria of 199, which is the 46th prime number. Assistant coach dead at age 46. Small way, his name also equals 82, like the number of games in a basketball season. Check this out. This is also interesting about the name Iverson. In Revelation, the book of prophecy, where the city Philadelphia is named, it talks about this thing that's about bringing about prophecy, the key of David. And to the angel of the church in Philadelphia write, these things saith he that is holy, he that is true, he that hath the key of David, he that openeth, and no man shutteth, and no man openeth. Key of David has gematria of 102, so does the name Iverson. Angel 39, Iverson 39, the small way. Revelation's based on the 39 books of the Old Testament that the Jews go by. And I'm telling you guys, they're farming athletes. I don't know everything that's going on behind the scenes. I'm just observing all these connections through all these sports, and I'm going, okay, this is way beyond coincidence. This is what they do in the world of news, rigged history. It's bigger than just sports. Allen Iverson also born on a date with 35 numerology. Catholic equals 35. Again, another basketball player that went to a Catholic school. So, the other death reported was this executive for the Browns. They said he died from brain cancer, and they left some monstrous clues in this story. I'm pretty sure this guy never had brain cancer. I'm pretty sure in this case, this is a fake death, and you'll see why in just a moment. So he died June 7th from brain cancer, right? June 7th, 44, brain 44, cancer 44, chemo 44, kill 44. This guy's name, Bryan Wiedmeier, gematria of 151, the 36th prime. 36, a big number this year. Villanova in gematria equals 36. The sum of the championship game was 151 points. Been seeing a lot of that. Cavaliers also equals 36. This was an executive in the city of Cleveland like the Cavs. Bryan Wiedmeier, the small way equals 79, just like the word champion, just like murder. 79 is also the 22nd prime number. Basketball, the small way, 22. He died at age 57. Talk a lot about 57. Remember what's special about 57. 131. We just saw Steph Curry go 131-0. MVP voting, the first ever. Championship, 131. Super Bowl, 131. World Series equals 57. Remember, Dave Henderson died at age 57, 57 days after the World Series concluded. His last team he played for was the Kansas City Royals, who won the World Series. The name Henderson equals 57. This stuff's always going on. If you're aware of the code, you'll see through all of these deaths in no time. If this man really did die, dying on June 7th, again connecting to blood sacrifice. But look at this. Look at this right here. They point out that, after he first got diagnosed with cancer, he went to the Chargers and Browns game, which finished with a score of finished with a score of 7-6. 7-6. He ends up dying on June 7th, which can be written 7/6. This game was also played on October 28th, I think 2012, which is the start of the NBA season. Here he is dying in the NBA Finals. Oh, good. Somebody down here got it for me. That game was October 28th, 2012. Same time basketball season starts. This guy makes these notes, If you come to my blog, if you follow my blog, there's a lot of intelligent people here writing intelligent comments, doing their own decoding, using their own mind, which is what I encourage. I don't want people to just listen to me and follow me. That's not what this is about. This is about giving you free knowledge to enhance your life that you can use to see more clearly. And the more people working at this, the more headway we're going to make, the more we're going to understand what the madmen are doing. But it's no coincidence that we get both of these deaths just before Game 3. Game 3 in Gematria sums to 46 as well. Both of these deaths before Game 3. I don't know if I put that in here. Oh, I guess I did. 46 when you write it out. The only number that I know that's like this sums to 46, like his age of death. Game 3, 46. So RIP, 2 more people. And I'm sad to say, but I know I'm going to be here sooner than you expect, talking about the next death by the numbers. Whenever we come around sports championships, people drop dead like flies. And they're always connected to the big game. These games are rituals. Rituals put on by very sick people. It can't be said enough. Until next time, Truth Seeker.